Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Reading in the Dark. I hope you enjoy this new aesthetic. I'm sort of trying some things out. This video is kind of exciting. This is going to be my TBR / announcement video that I'm taking part in Contemporary-A-Thon this year. I took part in Contemporary-A-Thon last year. It did not go very well for me. I ended up only getting through one of the books that I selected. I think I selected 5, and the only book I got through was Blindness by Jose Saramago because I just didn't like it, and it was a slog, and I wasn't smart enough to put it aside and move on with my life, so that was the only one I read. This year I think is going to be a lot better, so I'm going to jump right in. So there are, how many challenges are there? So there are 7 challenges for Contemporary-A-Thon this year. I guess there's probably always 7 challenges. I'm only actually reading 3 books for these 7 challenges. So just to cover some of the basics about Contemporary-A-Thon, this readathon is hosted by Julie from Pages and Pens, Melanie from Mel to the Any, and Natasha from My Reading is Odd, and I will link their channels and their announcement videos down below. This readathon runs from February 11th. February. I can't wait until it's not February anymore because I hate saying the word February. February. I really hate it. So this readathon runs from the 11th through the 17th of the month, right up until the beginning of Thriller-A-Thon, which I am probably also taking part in, and that's going to be a separate video. So the first challenge of these 7 challenges in Contemporary-A-Thon 2019 is to read your most recently acquired contemporary. And the most recently acquired contemporary I have, I'm not even really sure which one that is, but I bought a bunch of books all at the same time, and so because I already wanted to read this book and because it has me super jazzed, it's also kind of hard sometimes for me to decide what's a contemporary and what isn't. The one that I've chosen is one that I've been really jazzed to read, and that is An Orchestra of Minorities by Chigozie Ibioma. This is sort of a modern contemporary retelling of the Odyssey. It's the story of a man who sees a woman on a bridge getting ready to throw herself over the edge and kill herself. And he's so horrified by this, he wants to stop her, so he throws 2 of his prized chickens over the bridge so that she will see them fall and realize just what a horrible drop it is, and he is able to stop her from killing herself. And he falls in love with her, and he, they fall in love, and he wants to be with her, but he's like just a farmer, and he's not good enough for her family, and so he spends all of this time and all of this effort trying to become good enough. He goes to school, or he tries to go to school, and it turns out to be a scam, and it's like this whole odyssey, if you will, of him trying to win her parents' and her family's approval, basically. I've heard nothing but really amazing things about this book. It also matches 2 of the other challenges, but we'll get to that in a moment. The next challenge is to read a book with BLURPLE on the cover, which is sort of like a cross between blue and purple. And that was, I guess, Natasha's thing. So I like the color BLURPLE, and I feel like there's probably another name for it, but I don't know what that would be. Violet, maybe? I don't know. Am I wearing BLURPLE right now? I'm not sure. So anyway, it doesn't matter. BLURPLE. Let's say it again together. BLURPLE, BLURPLE, BLURPLE. The book that I have chosen to read is actually a short story anthology by Jeffrey Eugenides, who is the author of The Virgin Suicides, and this book is called Fresh Complaint. Most of these stories are current time, and all of them were written, I believe all of them were written contemporary at the time that they were written. So this is a short story collection. I heard Jeffrey Eugenides interviewed on Writers on Writing, and I just, thought it sounded great, and I've been holding on to this in my mind for a while, only physically actually owned it for like maybe a month now or 2, but I've been really excited and anxious to dive into it, and I love short story collections, so that's what I'm reading for my BLURPLE book. It also meets another challenge, but we'll get to that in a moment. The next challenge is to read a book that is diverse, and that is An Orchestra of Minorities by Chigozie Ibioma. The next challenge says to read a dark or spooky or taboo contemporary, and I have chosen to read Up from the Blue by Susan Henderson. Susan Henderson, in case you have not been to my channel before and haven't heard me go on and on and on and on and on about her before, is the author of my favorite book in 2018, The Flicker of Old Dreams. Up from the Blue tells a story of a woman who is estranged from her father for reasons that are not disclosed in the blurb, and is about to, she's pregnant and she's like very near being ready to give birth, and she needs help from someone, and so she has no choice but to reach out to her estranged father and face him again, and I just have a feeling that this is going to be dark. especially because I read Flicker of Old Dreams. So there's also a really interesting daughter-father relationship in that other book, The Flicker of Old Dreams. And frankly, I loved that book so much, and I loved the writing so much that I bought this book immediately after I finished reading that one. But I've been saving it because that's what I do to myself. So now it's time, and I'm going to read Up from the Blue finally. The next challenge is to read a contemporary you meant to read in 2018. And again, this is Up from the Blue by Susan Henderson. I wanted to read it a long time ago, but I kept putting it off just because I'm assuming I'm going to really like it. I'm not like putting pressure on it for me to love it as much as I did The Flicker of Old Dreams, because I love that book so much, and I realize that that's, setting myself up for disappointment. It's probably a wonderful book, and maybe I'll like it even more than Flicker of Old Dreams, but I don't know. Anyway, I've been putting it off, and I need to get it out of the way so that I can stop wondering how great it's going to be. So that's going to be my book for both of those challenges. We don't have any more books. So the next challenge was to read a contemporary in a non-traditional format, and I'm calling a short story anthology non-traditional, so Fresh Complaint by Jeffrey Eugenides is my choice for that challenge. And the final challenge says to read a book with a picture on the spine. And I actually have a physical copy of An Orchestra of Minorities in the other room, so just hang on, I'm going to go get it. I'll be right back. I have returned, and I almost ran over my dog in the process. Okay, so this is not going to show up because it's green. Right, Philip? My dog does not understand why I'm doing this at 1 a.m. Okay, so this is the spine of An Orchestra of Minorities. And as you can see, there is a little chicken. Little chicken on the side. Can you see that? Chicken. It's a picture of a chicken. All right, yeah, so those are my books. So I'm actually reading 3 books for 7 challenges, and I think it's going to be great. I still have to finish Asymmetry by Lisa Halliday. I'm really enjoying it. Actually, I'm sort of enjoying it. More on that later. And then I have to power through Fire and Blood by George R. Martin, because this is coming up very, very soon, but I'm probably not going to get to that till later. Anyway, I will finish Asymmetry before this readathon begins on the 11th, and those are my choices for Contemporary-A-Thon 2019. I'm super, super excited. I am absolutely going to read more than one of these books this year. I blanking promise you that. If I don't, may lightning strike me dead. Never mind, I probably shouldn't say that because I've had not the greatest luck recently. Anyway, those are my books, and that is my TBR for Contemporary-A-Thon 2019. I want to thank Julie and Natasha and Melanie for hosting this readathon. I believe they've all been hosting it each of the times that it's happened, so they did it last time too, so thanks for that time too, guys, girls, ladies. So those are my picks. Thank you to the hosts, and I will be vlogging while this is all going on, so I don't know if I'm going to do vlogs every day. Everyone says this, vlogs every day or composite vlog. I might do every day. We'll just have to see how it goes. I love doing vlogs during readathon, so we'll see. I have a lot of snacks that I need to get through. I've got Skittles, I've got chocolate, little squares, I've got Reese's cups, I've got lots of things. So, I even have like chocolate-covered almonds from Trader Joe's, which are amazing. So I've got all that stuff, and that should be enough to power me through all of this reading, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's my TBR. I've said that 7 times. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to also take part in Contemporary-A-Thon, I'm pretty sure you don't have to make a video to do it, and you can find the links to the announcement videos that the hosts created in my description below. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you loved this video, you can always subscribe to my channel, and then you'll never miss a video if you hit that little bell icon. And until next time, I will be here in the dark, reading-a-thon.